Hey YouTube, Common Collector here, and today I am finally bringing you guys my Phantom Rage double booster box opening. I usually like to do at least two booster boxes, that way you guys can sort of see how the sets look and just sort of compare from box to box the different ratios and stuff that you guys can get. So I think we're just going to get right on into here. I am super excited. There's a lot of really great secret rares out of here, so I would think that within two boxes we should hopefully be able to get at least, hopefully 2 to 3, maybe even 4 of the cards that I really want to pick up. There's the new AA Zeus, the one big beast guy, I can't think of his name right now, popping stuff to the opponent's hand, and there's all the great new Phantom Knights and Raid Raptor support. So let's just get right on into this. So yeah, we got 2 booster boxes. Let's just sort of see what we can crack open here. So starting off with a Mutant GB88. So I'm really excited about the new Mutants. Probably the next 2 archetypes that I'm really excited about out of here would be the Mutant, and then also the trying to think, the Virtual World. The dual avatar is okay. The artwork is kind of cool, but I'm not too sure on that. The Virtual World is what I'm really excited about. And here we have a Virtual World Long. I really like the artwork and just sort of like the names that these cards have gotten. Sorry, I'm going to try to get away from this glare here first. There we go, that's looking a little bit better. But yeah, the new Virtual World support, I'm really excited about that. We'll sort of see how that all plans out. And yeah, I've got the Mutant support is kind of, what I'm looking at. Unfortunately, it doesn't really look like the new Dogmatica cards in this is going to be really anything of use. But yeah, definitely like the Mutants and the Virtual World are looking really cool. There's new Infernity support in here, and here we have our first of the dual avatars for a super rare as well. Yeah, overall, like this set though, really amazing. This is probably, next to Rise of the Duelist, probably one that I really wish I could have gotten a case on, but just picking up a full case is just so expensive that I'm not really sure if they would really be what I would want to do. But anyways, here we have new Dogmatica support. So it works with the Fallen of Albaz, which is really a card that no one really uses with the Dogmaticas anyways, but that is going to be our first ultra rare for the deck. And then here we have a Phantom Knights of Stained Greaves. Actually a pretty good card, not sure if that's really going to fit into the deck. I've sort of been teasing around with Phantom Knights and Burning Abyss, but just sort of working on other decks. I know that you guys who are fans of the channel really appreciate like the budget deck profiles and stuff, so I've been trying to focus on more stuff like that. And here we have a new Prank Kids Meow Meow, and I really do love the artwork on this card. This card is just adorable. I've never really gotten into the Prank Kids, but glad to be picking that up as well. But yeah, as far as like a core set goes, I really have been enjoying this one. This one looks really cool, and I've just been sort of counting down the days, because we've had like Rage of Ra and like the trying to think, the Legendary Collection Season 2 here we have the new Virtual World Beast Juju. This is actually another really good card too for, it's actually kind of cool that we have like the Virtual Worlds as well as the Mutants both sort of revolve around like, the Virtual Worlds are Worm and Psychic, and then the Mutant is a Psychic deck, so really excited to play around with those. I'm just a big comic book fan, so the X-Men, the Mutants, I'm really excited to just sort of play around with those. Here we have a Mahama, the Fairy Dragon, going into a Raid Raptor Heel Eagle, and then a Tri-Brigade Karis. So I think that the Tri-Brigades and the like Fallen of Albaz can be used sort of in combination with them. So I don't really know if like Dogmatica is supposed to be worked with Tri-Brigade together, but you can use Fallen of Albaz kind of between them. And here we have the new, sort of like the new 1-for-1, which is Jack in the Hand. So what this card does is that you reveal 3 level 1 monsters with different names from your deck. Your opponent adds 1 to their hand, and then you get to add 1 of the remaining 2 cards to your hand. So this card, it's obviously trying to insinuate that you would use this in like a Ghost Trick deck, but you can use this really any deck that runs 3 level 1s with different names. But yeah, really interesting to see if this card's going to see any play. There's a lot of really good commons in this set, so that's where picking up, even picking up a handful of packs is not a horrible investment, because some of these cards you might end up using at some point anyways. A lot of like the UA support, or maybe even all of the UA support is commons. And here, just speaking of, we have UA Play Manager, and this card is really insane for you guys who don't know. This card is just really big support to the UA deck. So what this card does is it special summons itself to the field if you normal or special summon a UA monster, and then when you do, when this card is summoned, you can either target a card on the field and destroy it, or just negate all face-up monsters on your opponent's side of the field, which is absolutely nuts. Then you just have a 2000 attack beater who can just attack right through your opponent's junk, like while your opponent has no monster effects, which is just crazy. So really, like, the common cards in this set are really, really great. That's why picking up a handful of packs is actually not a horrible investment. And even there's low rarity for, like, the virtual world is pretty low rarity, which is really great because of, in my opinion, how good of an archetype it is. Here we have an Infernity Doom Archfiend. I don't really know too much about the new Infernity support, so I'm just going to breeze past that. But yeah, we're seeing a lot more mutant stuff. We should be getting pretty close to our secret rare for this side. It'd be really great if we could pick up a prismatic rare. If you guys have not yet seen my Phantom, or no, sorry, not Phantom Rage, this is Phantom Rage. If you guys have not seen my Rise of the Duelist booster box opening, that's where I pulled my Dogmatica Ecclesia. You guys should definitely check that out. Oh, and here we have our next ultra rare, which is Armityle, the Chaos Phantasm, Phantom of Fury. So this is support for the Phantom Beast and whatnot. I'm not too sure. I didn't really get much into the new support for those when this came out. No, this is not the boss monster that came out in the structure deck. This is like the next level up. So who knows? Maybe I'll actually have to build that. So we have 2 packs left here, or no, 3 packs here. So we should be getting that secret really soon. On my Rise of the Duelist booster box, it was actually the last card on both sides was the secret. So we'll see. I love the anticipation when you're getting really close to the secret. Here we have a Virtual World Chuche. Yeah, like the words for this, the names on these virtual cards are really, really crazy. But that is actually a really great support for the virtual worlds. I'm really excited to try to put that deck together for you guys. Again, it's pretty low rarity, so hopefully it should be pretty cheap to make, and with buying 2 booster boxes, I should have a decent amount of the cards as well. Here we have a UA Man of the Match going into a Generator Transverser. This is another really great card out of here, a great common. So it is a Link 2, requires only 2 effect monsters, which is really nice. So for like old time, we would, if you're trying to go into a Link 2 that, it could even be monsters with the same name, you were generally going into IP Masquerena. But for budget players, or, anyone who just doesn't have IP Masquerena, this is a really great alternative if you're just trying to go into a Link 2. And then, okay, here we have our next super, which is going to be Conductor of Nepthes. They're still releasing support for Nepthes. I really do like the original, trying to think, Nepthys of the Sacred Flames, that might be the name, but I use it in my Harpy Goat format deck, and that card is really, really great for Goat format. So here we should have our secret, or maybe even a prismatic secret rare in here. A Starlight, but I'm not seeing any Starlight on the foiling on the side, so let's just go and see what our secret is. Oh my gosh, yes, we have Divine Arsenal AA Zeus. This card is going to be a game changer for any deck that wants to play XZs. So for those of you who do not know what this does, with this card, when you attack with any XZ monster, if your XZ monster battled this turn, you special summon this, and then you put it on the top of your XZ monster, and then you transfer the materials onto this for all of the materials, and then with this, you can detach 2 materials as a quick effect and then destroy all other cards on the field. Send them to the graveyard. I'm sorry, not destroy. Send them to the graveyard. So essentially, if your opponent has stuff on the field like Red Eyes Dark Dragoon and all that kind of stuff, like this does not target, does not destroy, just clears the field, and then you can attack for 3,000 damage. Really excited to be pulling that. I cannot believe that we got that. I was really, really dreading the fact that I was probably going to have to order that, but that is going to do it for the first half of our first box. Now I'm going to try to maybe go a little bit faster since I've talked about all of the archetypes and stuff, and let's just go. Oh, nice. Here we have Joyous Melfies, and for those of you guys who know, I'm a big fan of the Melfies, and hopefully we can, you know, use that to our advantage for the Melfi deck, even maybe for the Ojama deck where I kind of blended the two. So we'll see if we have a deck profile for that coming soon. Here we have a Mutant Beast. Really great to be picking that up as well. I'm just going to try to kind of blast through so we can see what our foil cards are. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we got the AA Zeus. That's insane. The only way this could get better now is if we can pick up a Starlight Rare, and that would just be absolutely insane. Here we have a Raider's Wing. Pretty good to be picking that up as well. I've never really gotten too much into Raid Raptors, but I do know that the Phantom Knights is just a really fantastic deck. So trying to blend the two together, it's going to be really, really interesting. And then who knows if at that point, you know, at that point, if the like Burning Abyss cards are going to kind of go to the wayside, if Phantom Knights just kind of work better with the Raid Raptors. But here we have, from the last pack, we have a dual avatar feat. So for all of you guys who like feat, dual avatars, you know, go for it. Yeah, and like, yeah, all of the new Dogmatica support in this, really not that great. This is an equip spell that goes on to Dogmaticas, gives them, what is it? Gives them 100 attack, times its level. But then you can equip this to a non-Dogmatica, and then it loses attack. It's like, for the power level of Dogmaticas, I just don't really know where they're going with the new support in this set. Because like the stuff from Rise of the Duelist, again, I just wish I would have maybe picked up a case of Rise of the Duelist right away, because after I bought everything else, I probably ended up spending close to like $500. Sorry, I blasted right past that. Rock Band Xeno Guitar. This is a new rock card, which I was excited for Adamancipators, but I just don't really think that that card's going to do anything for Adamancipators. I love the artwork, though. I'm a big rock fan. Love the 80s hairband time. But yeah, Rock Band Xeno Guitar. Not really too sure on what that card's going to do. Here we have another of the Meow Meow Mew. So, you know, Prank Kids, I've never ever really looked into that. But for those of you guys who haven't yet watched my unboxing of the collection that I just bought, please go check that out, where I basically opened up 10 full megatins full of cards that my friend sold to me. And yeah, I think it was a really good deal for both of us. And here we have a Nyan, actually really good card for the virtual world. It's great to pick that up. But basically with that, I picked up a whole bunch of new archetypes. So I'm really excited to bring you guys a whole bunch of new deck profiles. There was a little bit of Prank Kids. There was a lot of For Hire stuff. So I already have the missing For Hire cards that I need on the way. There's actually new For Hire support in this set as well. Here we have a Virtual World Phoenix Fan, and this card is actually really, really great. I can't remember exactly what it does. It is a generic level 2 or so rank 6, needing 2 or more rank 6 monsters. And basically when this card's on the field, you can detach 2 materials to target a face-up card that your opponent controls and another card in either graveyard and banish them. And it does a bunch of other wacky stuff, but overall, like, just a really, really great card. The only other secret rare that I haven't really mentioned yet that I'd be looking forward to picking up would be the Virtual World Synchro Monster. I can't think of its name right now, but it's the one that basically works as a macro cosmos, so that would be really, really awesome. And here we have a Gizmek Makahami. So this card is actually pretty decent. I'm not totally sure where it's going to fit in as far as using it as like a tech card in decks, but basically the way that this card works is if you have a bunch of banished cards already, then you can like special summon this, and then I think when it leaves the field, then it like puts cards back into the graveyard. So I'm not really sure where that's going to lie, but here we have our last 2 packs. This is actually going to be pretty nuts if both sides, the secret rares on the last side, because that's how it was for my last booster box, or sorry, my Rising my Rise of the Duelist booster box where I pulled my Starlight Rare. Yep, so it's going to be on the last pack. Here we have a Mutant Mist. And let's just get right on into that last pack for this first box. Okay, so there's got to be a secret rare here, so we're just going to flip through, and we got the Arc Rebellion X Z Dragon. This is actually a fairly good box. I'm really excited about this. Anyways, guys, let's get on into this next booster box. Alright, guys, so now you know how it usually goes. Now with the second booster box, we don't really care too much about the commons, and I've already kind of... Oh my gosh, I can't get this thing open. Kind of already gone over all of the archetype stuff and whatnot, so I think we're just going to blast right through here, and we're just going to see what we can get, especially for secret rares, and just trying to see, you know, what we all have together for, like, the Mutant and Virtual World decks, and we'll just sort of see... Oh my gosh! Yes! Got the new Virtual World Secret Rare. So again, this is the one, the Shen, which works as a Macrocosmos, basically. This card is going to be a really fantastic, you know, just like a great boss monster to put up. And then I believe the Virtual World, or no, not the Virtual World, the Mutant deck works a little bit with True King of All Calamities. So, oh, okay, so then, wait. Oh, this is already both of our secret rares? So there's Arc Rebellion, and then, yeah, and the Shen. So if that's already both of our secret rares, I'm not, I mean, unless this is just like Toon Chaos where it was a factory error box and we, like, have a whole bunch of secrets, that would be insane. I really doubt it, though. But so I guess I'll keep the 2 secret rares up there, and then we're just going to blast through because, yeah, now you guys have already seen the best stuff. That was really, really weird. I can't believe that. Here we have a dual avatar Koku. Okay, really crazy names on those dual avatars. Here we have a Virtual World Fan. That's our second copy of that we've picked up. So we've already got one of our ultra rares out of this box put to the side. So there should be 4 ultra rares per set. So I'll maybe keep those separate. So I'll put the super rares in the on the side there, and or ultras on the far left there. And yeah, let's just blast through these packs because we've already seen what these secrets are. So here we have another of the Virtual World Beast Juju. Man, that was so crazy. The last 2 packs on each side for the first box, and then literally the first 2 packs of this box. That's pretty wild. So I think it's also safe to say that there should be no Starlight Rare in here too, which is pretty sad. So I'm assuming that most of the people who are watching this video have not, you know, they probably logged out when I pulled both of the secret rares right away. So that's kind of sad. But if you are still watching, thanks for tagging along for the end of this ride. Another one of those Infernity Doom Archfiends. We're seeing a lot of the same cards, which is a little bit unfortunate, but you're going to see a lot of the same of the super rares. It's really in the ultras where you're maybe going to see some difference, but there again we have another copy of the Raiders Wing, and then we've got 2 packs left on this first side, and let's just sort of zip on through. Another one of those Virtual World Gate Chuchi. Really excited about that Virtual World deck, and I think that we've already got quite a bit of the support. One thing that we haven't seen too much of is the mutant stuff. There we have another one of those Nepthys, so hopefully we'll see some more of the high rarity of the mutant support. That would be really nice to see here. Let's just zip on through here, and we have another of the Joyous Melfies. Okay, this is like the exact same box, except just different secret rares. This is kind of wild. Another Mutant Beast. We saw that in the first box as well. Never had this happen before. All right, here we have a new one, a Mutant ST46. This is one of like the main starters of the deck. I believe this is the one that searches out a mutant. Oh, okay, that's the one that searches out the spell and trap. Then there's also a mutant that searches out monsters. So we'll sort of see. We'll see what this deck ever does. It would be really cool if this would get more support in the future. Here we have a dual avatar feat again. All right, we are just zipping through on this final side of our final box. And we have a Raid Raptor Strangle Lanius. I don't think that we definitely did not see that. Maybe we saw that in the first box. I can't quite remember. That would have, we got the Raider's Wing, and we got one of the other Raid Raptors, I believe. Another of the Rock Band Xeno guitar. Still going to have to look into this, if this is worth it to put into any kind of a rock deck with, like, Adamancipators. You guys know that I love my Adamancipators, but we'll see. A third copy of Prank Kids Meow Meow Moo. I guess this set is just begging me to make a Prank Kids deck. And there we're going on into another of the Virtual World Nyan Yan. I'm really excited to pick up another copy of that. That's probably going to be a staple 3 of for the deck. Going on into, it looks like we are on our last 3 packs. Let's see what we can get here. A Virtual World Lulu. That's pretty good. Last 2 packs. And we have here another of the Gizmek Makahami. You know, not too bad to be picking up another copy of that. Again, I'm just not really sure what decks I can really utilize that in. I'm just not totally sure. But getting on into the final pack here, guys, thank you very much for watching. We have a copy of the Mutant Beast, but overall, these 2 boxes really fantastic. I was really happy to pick up at least one of those Arc Rebellion XZ Dragons, and then the 1 copy of Divine Arsenal AA Zeus. That's really, really amazing. And then not to mention, just in general, picking up this Virtual World Shen. This is going to be really crucial for the deck. And so, yeah, now I'm not really going to have to order too many of the Virtual World cards. You know, I've got a pretty good setup for how the deck should look. So thank you guys very much for joining. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about these boxes. And if you guys have gotten any really good pulls, what decks you guys are looking forward to, and go ahead and check out any of my other pack openings, booster box openings, or my collection buyout that I just did these last couple days on my channel. Thank you guys very much for joining. Peace.